How to deal or work with negative people? That's a million-dollar question. I would say I learned in Aikido when I was training in university. We try to simply wear off from the negative, just like a bullet coming. You just move away. In front of negative people, you try to just simply clear away, go by your ways, and don't mingle with them. Because negative people, obviously, they're trying to empty themselves out of the negativeness so they could feel better. It's like they're trying to get rid of something. And we don't want to get their shit. Just move away and don't socialize with them too much. There are lots of, toxic people that way, that somehow they've lost the way of the universe, lost the way of nature. They don't understand the way of love, helping each other, helping other people, and be gracious. And so they're constantly centered on themselves, thinking that all there is in life is what their needs. But remember, something I was thinking when I was driving to an appointment yesterday, if I can remember it, people's needs and behavior does not equal or represent any shortcoming in you. People's needs and behavior does not equal or represent any shortcoming in you. And this is why it seems negative to us. Because we have been conditioned to compare ourselves and get other people's affirmation in order to feel good about ourselves. So no matter what and who says it, even, Joe Blow in the street that we don't even know says something bad about you, or utters some bad word about you, or some disrespect, or not a good positive look, or give you a dissing look, or a word that is not really, a kind word, you get offended, even though you don't care about that person. You don't even know that person, because we're conditioned to look for affirmation. And this affirmation is not about who does it, it's about the meaning of the word that we're hearing it. So for that, when people say something bad to you, you think that represents not getting affirmation, and you feel like, oh, you've done something wrong. There's something wrong with you. But you got to focus. Their needs and behavior, whether it's physical behavior or what they're uttering, their needs and behavior does not equal or represent any shortcomings in you. Don't think of it as something about you because it was said. Rise above that. Consider them as something that you got to pass by. You walking in the street, you see lots of things on the street. You don't pay attention to all of them. So why is it you pay attention to words so much? Because somebody said and it's not complimentary to you, then that means something wrong with you. No, we're conditioned to think that we got to seek affirmation, and from birth to death, we're seeking that affirmation. We're trying so hard to be considered approved by this person and that person, and we don't even know who they are. They're looking for approval from some other people. So don't worry about it. Just focus on how you can build yourself as best as you can be. Now, what else? But negative people end up doing bad things, so shouldn't we try to change them or help them view things differently? Maybe that will end all the disasters that happen in the world. Well, if you can have a chance to help some negative people to change their way, that's great. But I remember an experience I had when I was, I had just finished, I was visiting my hometown from university. I think I was 21 years old. This is a little bit kind of mystic story. I still don't know what happened, but it was interesting. And I want to share with you, I had some kind of a, kind of a bad feeling or conflict. I had left where my home was, and I'd gone to another home that my father had built, and it was empty. So I stayed there overnight, and in the morning I felt a little bit more relaxed. And then I started walking towards where my family was, home, the other home. There was a big park on the way, huge park, beautiful park. So I decided, it was 6 o'clock in the morning, 5:30, nobody there, empty. So I decided to go into the park and go somewhere and meditate. That was what I was into, and I still am. I was, practicing martial arts in university. I'd gone home to visit. So I went to the park, and then in the middle of the park there was a little bit of an islandish coming up. So I went there. It was a couch, few bushels of roses, and few trees, and I guess there was a tree, pussy willow tree, nicely shade. So I sat under it and closed my eyes and start meditating. Maybe for about half an hour. There was nobody there. And when I opened my eyes, there was an old man sitting there. And we got talking very politely with him. I tried to learn from him. And then when I questioned to him, what about these people? And he said, you have no mission to teach people. You teach them, share with them what you know. If they accept, great. If you don't, move on.